Laundry routines are like snowflakes. Each one is a little bit different because we are all a little bit different, and so are our needs. And why the snowflake reference? Well, it's blizzarding outside right now, but I will spare you the visual. A lot of you guys ask me about what my laundry routine is, so I figured this week I would show you my laundry routine and also give you some tips to help create some efficiencies in yours. All right, let's get to it. Before we move on with things, just a quick reminder to subscribe to the Clean My Space channel if you haven't done so already. My laundry routine begins with a tri-sorter. I found this to be super helpful because prior to having this, all my clothes were on the floor. So rather than that, I now know where my darks, colors, and lights are and what I need to put a load through. All I have to do is pick which one needs the most attention, reach down, grab the stuff, and go to the washing machine. In case you're wondering, Chad and I each have our own laundry routines. So for my laundry, I like to do 3 loads of clothing a week: lights, colors, and darks. On laundry days, here's how the timing works. First thing in the morning, like before I have breakfast, I put a load in, which means as I'm coming down the stairs, I have a load of laundry in my hands, which I dump into the washing machine before my day begins. Then, about 60 minutes later, just before I go out to the office, I switch my load into the dryer, or I hang garments accordingly. Finally, when I come home from the office, I bring the clothing upstairs to be hung or folded as quickly as possible. Now, I admit, this doesn't always go as planned, seeing sometimes Netflix or nails or even wine gets in the way, but in general, I try to finish up this step as soon as possible and get on with my evening. For those of you wondering about Chad's routine, well, it goes a little something like this. He waits until his laundry hamper is unable to accept incoming items, or until he's completely out of underwear. Seems perfectly reasonable to me. Then, every 3 weeks or so, he'll spend an entire Sunday doing his laundry. Doing laundry goes a little bit beyond just socks, underwear, and t-shirts. There are other things around the house that need to be cleaned as well. So, here is how we launder some of the other stuff around the house. Linens. We don't mess around with our linens, seeing as how we spend a good amount of time sweating all over them, so we wash ours once a week, on their own, as directed by the care label. Cleaning cloths and tea towels. I'm a fan of using really clean cleaning cloths and tea towels, so these get changed out once every other day or so and washed once a week in our house. Towels and washcloths. We change these out every few days or so at the house, so once they're dry, we put them in a pile and then we wash that load once a week as well. Here are a few more tips to make your laundry day go a little bit smoother. And we'll start with sorting, because when you're doing laundry for a big family, something I haven't had to do yet, but I know one day is gonna strike me, it gets overwhelming. So a great way to identify who gets what is by using the clothing tags. And a simple way to do this, especially with kids, is to take a permanent marker and draw 1 dot on the oldest child's garments. That way you'll always know it goes into their room. When that garment becomes a hand-me-down, take out your permanent marker and put a 2nd dot beside it, or a 3rd dot, depending on which child inherits what garment. That way, sorting will be a breeze. Maximize your washing machine. Hold off on washing a smaller load of laundry until you can create a larger, more well-rounded load. The reason you want to do that is because the more clothing in the machine spinning around, the better agitation, so the better clean you get. Now, don't do that and overstuff the machine. You want to find a good balance. Too little is not good, and too much is also not good. Deodorize with vinegar. Now let's say you leave your laundry in the washing machine for a little bit too long and it starts to develop that odor. What you can do, instead of totally panicking, is use some white vinegar in place of regular detergent and rerun a load. The vinegar is going to help work out the smell. So specifically, you want to use about a cup in the detergent compartment, run through your load, and then dry as you normally would. Clean your dryer trap. One thing that I want to remind you about, I know you know, but I just have to tell you again. It's really important, get out of the way, to make sure that you clean out your dryer trap each and every time you finish doing a load in your dryer. Reason being, all of this lint can not only lead to dryer fires, but it also reduces the efficiency of your machine to actually effectively dry your clothing. Well, there you have it. That's my laundry routine, and like I said, everybody's is a little bit different, which brings me to this week's comment question, which I'd love for you to answer down below, and that is, what is your laundry routine? I know so many of you guys use the comments as a resource and you end up talking to each other, so I feel like we can all kind of really hook each other up with our information this week. So definitely let us know down below. If you'd like to see what I'm up to during the rest of the week, aside from folding laundry, you can find me on Instagram. I am at Melissa Maker, the guy who is constantly buying new underwear so he doesn't have to do his laundry. He is at the Chad Reynolds, and we are at Clean My Space. There's a button down there that lets me know you care, so click it if you liked this video, and click this button right here to subscribe and begin your journey to a cleaner life. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. It's that special time of the week where I get to throw you to a couple of other videos I think you're going to love. And you see, I wasn't making it up about that snowy snowstorm. This week, I'm gonna send you to a couple of other laundry videos because it's of interest. The first one is our laundry room tour, where I show you around the new laundry room that we just renovated and built out. And the second video is how to get rid of that laundry stank up in your laundry. So be sure to check those two out. And if you haven't done so already, remember to subscribe to the Clean My Space YouTube channel. It's free and amazing. There's a button somewhere that you can click. You know how to do it. Thanks so much, guys, and I'll see you next week.